So how do you really know if you can trust a person as you start dating and getting out there, especially when you meet a guy that you really like, but you're not sure if he's just being like a little bit sketchy? Well, that was the topic of conversation on this evening's mastermind. I want to talk about it. This past evening, we had a new client join, and she was in a pretty rough relationship, and it didn't end well. And it caused her to have just a massive amount of distrust for men. If you've ever experienced that, please comment below. I'm sure you're gonna get a lot of love from the community as well, because this isn't unusual, right? Usually when people start dating again, usually their past, they bring this kind of backpack of baggage along with them, along from the ride. And sometimes that backpack, of rocks and like all this like negativity and past relationships, sometimes that backpack, maybe it weighs like 10 pounds, 20 pounds, but for others, it can weigh 50 pounds, 60 pounds, and makes you not trust anyone, because it's like you got this backpack you're carrying with you of all these past horrible cheaters and liars and players on your back, okay? If you had that, leave that comment below. And so if you've ever experienced that when it comes to dating, you're not alone. And I have this very simple formula that I teach when it comes to whether or not you can trust a person. And honestly, I use this in all areas of my life, in all relationships, not just romantic relationships, but also in business relationships, in platonic relationships, in any type of relationship you really have. And it's a very simple formula, and it goes like this. The way that you can know if you can trust a person is consistency multiplied times time, okay? And let me explain. So if you just meet a new person and you've only gone out with them for, let's say, one date, and then afterwards they're being a little bit sketchy for whatever reason, or they're being really slow to respond, or you find out that maybe they left town and didn't tell you about it, okay? Something like that. Something just a little bit sketchy, a little bit off-putting, but you're not really sure. Well, that means they're being a little bit inconsistent over a pretty short period of time. So obviously, no matter what, you can't really trust this person because the main variable is time. You haven't had a long period of time to know them. If you have known a person for a long period of time, okay, and they have been extremely inconsistent, they're the type of person who doesn't follow through on their words, they don't follow through on their actions, they're the type of person who's like, yeah, of course I'll pick you up after work, and then they don't show up. Of course I'm gonna take you out, but then they don't call you for 2 months. That is a person you definitely can't trust because they have been very inconsistent over a very long period of time. You see how this works? So if it's highly inconsistent over a high period of time, definitely don't trust that person, okay? Now, the other variable, if they've been very consistent over a short period of time, so you've only gone out with them twice, but he's been very consistent with his words, his actions. When he says he's gonna do something, he's gonna do it. We still can't really trust that guy, right? Because the main variable of time is one of the variables. Well, sorry, it doesn't quite work that way. The only way that we can really start opening our heart to a person is if they have been consistent with their words and their behaviors. When they say they're gonna do something, they do it. When their actions match their words, when they actually the way that they project themselves is actually a reflection of the reality of their life, when they're consistent over a long period of time, that's when we really know we can actually trust a person. And that's why the little love steps and what we teach really protects you from that, because we teach to actually be very intentional about your pacing, to move slow throughout the dating process, to talk to multiple guys at the same time, to ensure that you know whether or not you can trust certain types of people and not trust other people. Without that variable of time, it's very difficult to know whether or not you can trust a person. And then here's the kicker. As you start to actually date and go deeper in your dating, and let's say you really start building a real connection with a guy, or you build a relationship with a guy, and he is consistent over a long period of time, that's where you have to start being intentional about actually trusting him. And if you have that backpack carrying with you, that's when you start taking off that backpack and I don't know if this analogy works, but go with it. You take that backpack off and you can actually start opening your heart to that type of guy. And the cool thing about once you have this kind of mental model and this mental framework as you are dating, suddenly now it allows you to make rational decisions about who it is that you can trust and who it is that you should avoid like the plague. All right, so I want to hear from you guys in the comments if this was helpful for you, if you've ever used the trust formula, or if you're going to use it moving forward. If you enjoy more videos just like this is my ad lib, this is our style, this is how we do stuff, then go ahead and please give this a like, go ahead and subscribe, do whatever it is wherever you're watching this video. And if you want to check out what it is that we do here at Love Strategies, you can always head on over to lovestrategies.com, because we have a ton of stuff that can help you through every single stage of getting out there, finding love, and I'd love to personally work with you. So go ahead and check it out, or don't. Continue watching these videos. Thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.